Please stand for the land acknowledgement and remain standing for the national anthem being performed by the Peterborough Pop Ensemble. We would like to respectfully acknowledge that the land on which we gather is the treaty and traditional territory of the Mississauga First Nations. We are grateful for our relationship with the First Nations of this territory for their care for and teachings about the land, the water, and all our relations. As people of the Williams Treaty, we continue our journey to strengthen our understanding of our treaty relationship and of how to move forward together in a good way. We acknowledge the contributions and accomplishments of all Indigenous people across Turtle Island, current and throughout history. Ladies and gentlemen, guests and graduates, my name is and it is my great pleasure and privilege to welcome you on behalf of Kenner to this celebration of excellence and achievement by the graduating class of 2022. I would like to draw your attention to the addendum in the booklet, the program booklet. This lists any additions that were made after sending the program to print, and it also lists information for assessing the graduation video, which will be posted next week. At this time, I would like to invite members of the audience to come forward and take photographs at any time during the evening's proceedings. I would also like to ask that all cell phones be turned off at this time to avoid unnecessary interruptions to our program. Those individuals in the back, there's a lot of seats. If you'd like to come forward and take some of those seats now, please be my guest. I would like to introduce Steve Russell, our school board trustee, to bring greetings from the board.
Thank you. I hope you can hear me back there. Turn it up. Turn it up. Okay. It's not going to work. I need an AV technician to help me. That's it. How about now? Ooh. Okay. Well. Thank you for the introduction, and thank you for the honor of being here tonight to celebrate with you. I'm sure that you've all seen the program and you thought how exciting to have words from a trustee. I promise I will be brief. I could probably talk for 30 minutes without even getting to the point, but I'll try to stick to my notes. My greatest pleasure, really, as a trustee is to attend ceremonies like this. Graduation is such an important turning point and a milestone in your educational career, and I'm always honored to be a part of that celebration. I'm particularly happy to be here at Kenner because my daughter, Ms. Russell, teaches here. There she is. And I'm always very proud of her, and I remember her graduation and her university graduation. And every time I come to a dance recital here at Kenner, it just fills my heart. It is a wonderful experience. I'm really proud to be a part of a Board of Education that supports learning through dance, through all of the arts, and through all of the different programs that we offer, everything, hairstyling, the IB program, all of those remarkable things that keep grads engaged, keep students interested in coming to school and charting out a path toward a career, whatever that may be after high school. I will continue always to support that kind of program diversity in our schools. I said I'd stick to my notes, so I better read them. Allow me just to take a moment to thank and acknowledge, on behalf of the graduating class and everyone here, the remarkable work that goes into producing an evening like this, and the remarkable Ms. Quinlan, who works so hard behind the scenes all the time to make these great things happen for you in education. Please give her a round of applause. And I promised I'd be short, so let me end with this. Graduates, on behalf of the Board of Trustees for the Kawartha Pine Ridge District School Board, including former and future student trustees from Kenner, I congratulate you on your achievements and wish you the very best as you continue with your education after secondary school, whatever path you take. Be grateful for your past at Kenner, relish your successes in this present moment, and as you reach for your future goals, be brave, work hard, and be kind to everyone you meet. You never know what burdens they may carry, what struggles they may have, or how much they may need your kindness. Thank you. Merci. Miigwech. Rock on.
Thank you, Mr. Russell. I would like to introduce Gloria Tompkins, Superintendent of the Schools, to bring greetings from the senior administration.
Good evening, honored guests, Trustee Russell, parents, families, friends, and administration of staff and students at Kenner CVI. My name is Gloria Tompkins, and I'm the proud superintendent of the Kenner Family Schools. I'm honored to take part in this special celebration where we focus on you, the graduates of 2022. It's my pleasure, on behalf of Director Rousseau and the senior administration of the Kawartha Pine Ridge District School Board, to bring greetings and congratulations on receiving your Ontario Secondary School Diploma. Graduations are always a significant milestone and event, but tonight's celebration is even more special because it marks the first in-person graduation ceremony since 2019. What an exciting time for all of us. For the students graduating this evening, I recognize the significant impact the pandemic has had on your high school years and the opportunities to fully experience secondary education. In fact, this graduating cohort has spent almost half of its high school experience navigating the challenges of the pandemic, and you've done it with grace and confidence. As with all challenges, opportunities always present themselves in the midst of difficult times. Through this experience, you have learned much about yourself and the importance of being resilient, adaptable, and open to change. You have developed and used new skill sets that challenge your thinking and discovered new and innovative ways of doing things. Perseverance and determination have become two words that are more meaningful to you as you become well-versed at pivoting between in-person and virtual learning. But above all, the greatest gift of these past 2 years has been gratitude. As students, you've realized some of the small things that we take for granted, such as attending school each day with your peers, going on field trips, playing sports, being part of a dance or band group, joining a club, or attending your high school prom. They're actually the big things that really matter and connect us to others and make our school experience rich and meaningful. As you leave Kenner, be mindful of the everyday gifts in your life, the things that you're grateful for, as they will help you to remember, no matter what, the circumstances you're facing, that there's always positive possibilities all around us. This evening is a proud moment for you, your families, and teachers. It represents 14 years of learning dating back to junior kindergarten. Within that time, each of you have matured and developed into confident young adults who will be leaving the familiar surroundings of Kenner and entering into the world of work, apprenticeship, college, or university. Regardless of your chosen path, it will be a time of transition where you will experience moments of excitement and anxiety, confidence and uncertainty, successes and challenges. In these moments, it will be really important for you to draw on those lessons from the past 14 years and face each situation with courage and positivity, while always remembering the words of Nelson Mandela, "It always seems impossible until it's done." I would like to take this opportunity to thank the parents and families for their ongoing partnership, especially during those past 2 years. You assumed the role of teacher and motivator during the many pivots to virtual learning. We have recognized this as a challenge for many of you, and thank you for that commitment. Your support, guidance, and unconditional love has been key to the success before you this evening. I would also like to acknowledge the care, guidance, and exceptional teaching of the teachers and support staff, both here at Kenner and the various elementary schools that we've given to our students. The constant pivoting in the past 2 years has been hard on everyone, including our teachers. And I thank all of you for your commitment and dedication to create the best learning conditions for students during these very unprecedented times. Thanks. Thanks for your support to students to reach their hopes, dreams, and goals. And to our graduates, my hope is for you to dream big, work hard, always believe in yourself, and strive to make a difference in the world. You are our hope for the future. Congratulations on the occasion of your graduation. Enjoy this evening, and best wishes for the future.
Thank you, Ms. Thompson. Due to scheduling conflict, MPP Dave Smith is unable to join us, but has provided a recorded message to our graduates.
Good evening, Kenner graduates. I wish I could be there in person tonight, but unfortunately I'm up at Queen's Park. For most of you, I have been your member of provincial parliament for your entire time in high school. And here we are coming to your graduation. I've got a saying that I've said probably now for 30 years. Everything that you can see, smell, taste, or touch has been bought and sold at some point and can be replaced with the right amount of money. The only thing you have of value that can never be replaced by money is your word. Integrity matters, so honor it above all else. But I'd also like to add to that, time. Time is something that we cannot replace with money. And over the last 2.5 years, there have been a lot of times where your day has changed. Let's go back to 2019, 2020, before COVID hit. You started school in September, and things were going along like any other school year. And then we fell into COVID. Many of you had to take classes virtually. we switched to e-learning. That's time that changed. And then you came back the following year, and once again COVID was with us. And you had to switch again to e-learning. But you kept your eye on what you were trying to accomplish, and that was finish the school year. So you made adjustments, you persevered. And then we came back last year, and the same thing happened with COVID again. Many were forced into e-learning. Many were forced out of the classroom. Many were forced from doing the extracurricular activities that you so much enjoy. But you kept your eye on what you were trying to accomplish, and you persevered. And now, you're graduating. You've made it through. And that's a life lesson that's going to carry through with you for the rest of your life. Keep your eye on what it is you're trying to accomplish, whether you're going off to university, college, or trade school, or going straight into the world of work. Keep your eye on what you're trying to accomplish. Sometimes you'll have to make turns. Sometimes you'll have to make adjustments. But if you persevere, you'll accomplish what it is you're trying to do. Just keep your eye on what you're trying to accomplish. Focus on the accomplishment, and you can do so many things. This is something that you've learned over the last 3 years because of COVID. Congratulations on persevering. Congratulations on getting through. Congratulations on finishing what you set out to finish. Now you're moving into the next stage of your lives, and you're doing it well prepared. Once again, congratulations on everything that you have accomplished over your time in high school, because you're going to do it as you move forward in life.
Now, I am pleased to introduce Leslie Parnell, Autonomy Ward Counselor and Hall of Honor member, to say a few words.
Hello everyone, thank you for the kind introduction, and of course it's an honor to be here with Trustee Russell as well. Graduates, alumni, staff, parents, and guests. My name is Leslie Parnell and I am your City Councillor now for 12 years here in Autonomy Ward, and I'm also Kenner alumni. I met my husband right in the front hall of this school 43 years ago, and this is our 40th anniversary of being married this year. All 5 of our children have graduated from this high school and gone on to skilled trades and professional careers. And I'm very proud of all of them. And once you're a Kenner Ram, you're always a Kenner Ram. When you go out into the world and succeed in all the various ways that you will succeed, you will still have Kenner in your heart. And I know when you go out there, you will make us extremely proud of you. Your high school experience has been altered due to events that none of us ever contemplated when you started your high school years here. But you have persevered and you have continued and you have evolved and somehow managed to get through all of those new challenges with your teachers and your parents and your colleagues. And here you are, graduating, even with all of those extra things that were thrown at you. So you should be particularly proud of what you've been able to accomplish with your Kenner experience. As a matter of fact, thinking of graduates and alumni, many elected officials have come from Kenner as well, in addition to many other professions, obviously. But many Kenner grads have served on City Council, gone on to be your MPP, and various other roles. And as well as teachers, we've had one of our counselors is a part-time vice principal from Kenner as well. So we definitely have good representation on Kenner, and we make sure that the South End is well looked after. So officially from your mayor and city council, we would like to congratulate each and every one of you and wish great success in your future, no matter which path you do choose. Get out there, continue to do the very best, continue to keep your eyes open for those new possibilities and ways of doing things, and make us and your whole Kenner family very proud of you, because guess what? We already are, and we have incredible faith in what you can accomplish. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mrs. Parnell. Please join me in welcoming Don Parnell, President and Chair of the Kenner Foundation.
I always have to follow the professionals. I'm not a public speaker by any means, so I'll keep this short. On behalf of the Kenner Foundation, I'd like to welcome you all to the air-conditioned comfort of the old gym. I would also like to say congratulations to all our graduates and award winners this evening. You worked hard to get here. Be proud of your accomplishments and enjoy your day. To the Kenner staff and support staff, thank you for another job well done. You've worked hard to get these young people to where you are and where they are today. Thank you. To the parents, the aunts, the uncles, grandma and grandpa, you're all part of this as well. You've all worked hard to get these young people here every day and to allow them to commit themselves to where they ended up today. Thank you very much. You're probably wondering, what is the Kenner Foundation? 30 years ago we had a 40th anniversary. I haven't aged today, I still look good. At the end of the party, there were funds left over, so the educators of the day decided that they should take that money and invest it and put it towards monetary awards for these young people to further their post-secondary educations. I'm happy to say that the Kenner Foundation is closing in very quickly on awarding almost $200,000 for the last 30 years. Doesn't fall into our laps every year. We have to fundraise for it. We've been shut down for the last 2 years due to COVID, and hopefully we can ramp things up again next year. And we're always looking for people to join us. We're always looking for new ideas to help us raise money, so please feel free to come forward anytime, especially get in touch with Mrs. Quinlan. She'd be more than happy to help us out. The other thing that the foundation looks after is the Wall of Honor out in the hallway there. It's dedicated to Kenner graduates who have excelled in their lifetime careers and as well as excelled in community service. So you never can tell folks, some of you may be up there, it takes 15 years after you've left to be eligible to get on that wall, but I'm sure some of you will end up there. In closing, I would just like to say to the award winners, congratulations, and I can't stress enough that if you do win an award this evening, please take the time to send a note of thanks to the people who sponsor the awards. It really goes over big with those people. It makes them smile when they get a letter, an email, or whatever from you young people. So thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you, Mr. Parnell. I would now like to call upon Sky Jordan, our principal, to say a few words. Sky.
Thank you, Mr. Chislett. Like the speakers before me, I'd like to welcome you all here tonight. To Trustee Russell, Superintendent Tompkins, Mr. and Mrs. Parnell, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to be here to recognize this incredible group of young adults. To all of the parents, guardians, family, and friends in the audience today, I extend my deepest gratitude for all that you've done to assist our graduates in reaching tonight's milestone. The staff of Kenner CBI and I are privileged to have you with us today as we honor the graduating class of 2022. These scholars have worked incredibly hard over the past 4 years and have overcome many challenges to reach this significant milestone in their lives. Graduates, we're all so very proud of you. My dear graduates, as we move through tonight's ceremonies, I'm hopeful that you'll look back fondly at your time here at Kenner and reflect on all of the positive experiences and friendships and learning that have helped to get you where you are today. Reflect on the teams of people that have supported you in reaching this very special moment in your life. The teachers, the EAs, the CYWs, secretaries, custodians, and others who have been a large part of your journey. Those that have brought you athletics, clubs, and extracurriculars. Those that have offered a caring ear and extra help when you needed it. As you know, the staff at Kenner go above and beyond what's expected to assist students on their school journey. At the heart of the school is they are the heart and soul of the school, and we extend a tremendous amount of care to our students at Kenner each and every day. Graduates, please also reflect on your parents and guardians, the people who have been cheering you on since you entered the world and will continue to cheer you on in the future. I'm sure they've run out more than once or twice to pick up last-minute supplies for projects over the last 4 years. They've stayed up late at night with you, they've helped you study, they've calmed you down when you were nervous and stressed, and helped celebrate your many successes in life, much like they are now. They've advocated for you, loved you, and supported you all along the journey that brought you to the stage tonight. And graduates, as you reflect on others, we will be reflecting on you and the positive impacts that you have made on the school and the world around you. Thank you for your leadership. You too have made Kenner the special place that it is. As a graduating class, you have shown a tremendous amount of resilience and perseverance. You've overcome adversity. You've survived pandemic lockdowns, week-long power failures, and 4 years of pivoting, all while making positive contributions to our school community. Thank you. And as you move forward in life, I'm confident that your resilience, perseverance, and strong leadership skills will allow you to tackle any challenge that comes your way. Pelé, a famous Brazilian footballer, is quoted as saying, "Success is no accident. It's hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you're doing or learning to do." And so as you leave here and head out to the world, I wish you lots of success. May you continue to work hard, persevere, and love what you do. May you also continue to surround yourself with the people who build you up. Be kind, Rams. Be curious and be determined. Congratulations, graduates, to the class of 2022.
Thank you, Ms. Jordan. I would like to call upon Maureen Harris-Lowe from the Peterborough Pop Ensemble to say a few words about a very special dedication in memory of Barbara Monahan, followed by a performance by the Pop Ensemble.
Barbara Monahan had a passion for music, theater, and for Kenner. She shared her talents and passion as a Kenner student and later as a Kenner teacher. For many years, Barbara was instrumental in putting on band concerts, musicals, and variety shows. She taught and helped so many in their own artistic endeavors. She was herself an incredible singer, pianist, drummer, composer, and the founder of the Peterborough Pop Ensemble. Barb had an impact on everyone she met and everyone she taught. She was kind, compassionate, and saw potential in everyone. The Peterborough Pop Ensemble created a scholarship in Barbara's name to be presented to a Kenner student involved in the arts. This year, the recipient of the Barbara Monahan Scholarship, Julian Pochuk, possesses many of the qualities that Barbara exemplified. They are actively involved in the arts community at Kenner and hope to leave behind their own legacy. They have written, composed, and directed their own musical and will be continuing their musical education at the University of Western Ontario. This fall, a memorial plaque will be hung outside the music room where Barb taught for so many years so that her legacy will live on at Kenner. Thank you.
Shoo-be-doo-wop,
Thank you, Maureen, and the members of the pop ensemble for a truly wonderful performance. It sure brings back memories, I'll tell you that. Next on tonight's order of ceremony is the presentation of the Kenner K Awards. These awards will be presented by Steve Russell and Leslie Parnell. These awards are presented to outstanding, well-rounded students who have made a significant positive contribution to Kenner. These young people have displayed exemplary conduct and a spirit of cooperation with staff and students, participated in extracurricular activities with outstanding ethic or leadership in one activity, and have maintained a solid academic record. I would ask Jill Hill from our art and co-op departments, and then Fred Blows from our guidance department, to step up to the podium to introduce our Gold K winners.
Miriam Abdallah, could you please come up on stage? Miriam, a.k.a. Myrn, was a force to be reckoned with inside and outside of class. A pleasure to teach, Miriam worked hard in class and achieved excellence in all subject areas, including art, as her prize-winning depiction of an Ethiopian woman at sunrise can attest. A natural leader, Miriam got involved in as many ways as possible in life at Kenner. SAC member, sports teams, political action groups, groups associated with faith, and the list goes on. Outside of school, Miriam gave voice to our students through her role as school board trustee. In that role and through work with various school and community groups, Miriam worked hard to further issues of social justice. Miriam approached everything with a smile and hard work. Miriam, our deepest congratulations on all you have achieved. Kenner will miss your enthusiasm and spirit. Warren Chow. Warren was a quiet leader during his time here at Kenner. Everything he did was done to the highest of standards. Warren excelled in all subject areas and persevered through the IB diploma process during an extremely challenging time. Warren upholds the values of character and integrity in all his work, both inside and outside of school. And you can trust Warren with any important task and not have to worry about getting it done and being done well. An enthusiastic athlete, Warren achieved success as both a player and an instructor, and was very gracious with his time to help mentor junior athletes as a coach in our school. Warren Chow leaves behind a legacy of academic excellence and kindness, and he helped improve the school culture and life of Kenner while he was here. Congratulations. Will McGinnis-Prowse. Will McGinnis-Prowse is an outstanding academic talent who brings insight to every subject. Will is also a kind, sensitive person, a good listener, a social justice advocate, and a quiet behind-the-scenes leader. Will does the little things to help get the job done. Will has a sophisticated sense of style and is constantly experimenting with boundaries in his fashion choices. Will leaves a legacy of kindness, integrity, and scholarship behind him as he contemplates his next move while taking a gap year. Congratulations, Will, on your many achievements during your time at Kenner. Caitlin Moore. Caitlin has shown outstanding commitment and dedication to a variety of activities at Kenner over the past 4 years. On top of her hard work and success in academics, Caitlin has been a part of student council, an excellent dancer, choreographer, and role model in the Kenner Dance program, as well as a valuable team member and leader on many sports teams. Caitlin is passionate, feisty, determined, and talented in all that she does. The many contributions she has made at Kenner have not gone unnoticed and will leave a lasting impression here at the school. Caitlin, you are an extremely dedicated, hard worker and an inspiration to those around you. There is no way that anything will stop you from getting all that you want and deserve in your life. Best of luck in the future. We can't wait to see all the amazing things you will do. Congratulations on receiving your well-deserved Gold K. Julian Pawchuk. Julian Pawchuk, though the last to see how talented he has been throughout his high school career, is an exceptional student. As a passionate and talented musician, as an engaged and enthusiastic student of drama, as a creative and insightful writer, and as an astute thinker and a keen observer of human nature. Julian has impressed his teachers in so many ways. It has been a joy to see his confidence grow over the years and to watch him evolve as a student who is now acutely aware of his impressive abilities. In the words of Uncle Iro, while it is always best to believe in oneself, a little help from others can be a great blessing. Whatever career path awaits, any future boss, colleague, or human being in general who gets to work with Julian will be rewarded for the experience. Congratulations. Alex Quinn. To say that Alex is an exceptional student does not do justice to what he is able to accomplish. Through one of the most challenging times, Alex has excelled in all subject areas and his predicted IB diploma score is one of the highest on our program's history. A community-minded person, Alex enjoyed working with others and getting involved in life here at Kenner. Alex was the voice of morning announcements, was active in sports and music and coffee houses, and was a key role in student government, as well as many other groups around the school and in the wider Peterborough community. Through all of this, Alex remained humble, patient with others, and gracious with his friends and teachers. We all know that Alex Quinn will go on to do tremendous things in the future. Congratulations.
Thanks, Ms. Hill. I have the great honor and privilege to announce the next Gold K recipient, Chimwanya Joko. This outstanding recipient is a very intelligent, hardworking, kind, caring individual and is extremely loved by everyone she interacts with. She's a true leader in our school and out of the classroom as well by volunteering her precious time to better our community in a number of community organizations. I first met Chimwanya, Chimster, or just plain Chimney, when she first walked into the school in grade 9, 4 years ago, before we began practices for the 2018 junior girls basketball team. You know you're going to have some great success when you have a 6'1" center who can play basketball. That season, Chimmy, plus all the grade 10 exceptional players who took her under her wing, and some of them are here tonight, captured the first junior girls basketball championship for Kenner in over 25 years. She was a major part of our championship run and led our team to an undefeated season in rebounds and some games in scoring. She was a force. I felt bad for Jimmy over the next 3 years, because we didn't have enough players to run a senior girls basketball team in her final 2 years. Not only is Chimwanya an outstanding athlete in person, she is also a top scholar, who next year will be attending the very prestigious Royal College Surgeons of Ireland in Dublin, Ireland. The 6-year direct entry medicine program at a high school, an unbelievable accomplishment. There is no doubt in my mind that this mature young person, with their positive personality and drive, will make an exceptional caring physician or surgeon. Congratulations, Chimmy. You and all the other award winners are so deserving of the Gold K Awards, as you have left a large impact on the Kenner family. You will be dearly missed.
Ava Wilson. These words are from Ms. Russell. It is my pleasure to write about an outstanding young student, athlete, dancer, and leader, Ava Wilson, or Wilson as I like to call her. Ava is the type of student who is reliable, committed, creative, and bright. She excels at everything she does, and she has a way of bringing everyone else up around her while she does it. It's been my pleasure to watch Ava grow from a young girl to a confident young woman she is today. Ava is not afraid to stand up for what is right, and she does so kindly and eloquently. She speaks out for others to ensure all voices are heard because she cares deeply for everyone around her. Ava goes above and beyond to lend a helping hand, to make everyone feel welcome, included, and valued. It is no surprise that she was voted to receive the Kenner Dance Program Mentor Award this year, voted by the grade 9 students. Ava's outstanding commitment and contribution to many Kenner activities over her high school career, as well as her leadership and kindness, make her a very deserving recipient of the Gold K. Ava's bright spirit and smile will be missed at Kenner, but never forgotten. Ava, the world needs more people like you, and there's no doubt that you will have a bright and exciting future ahead. Congratulations and farewell. Forgot one job. Could I have all the Gold K recipients come back up on the stage, please? Congratulations, Kenner Gold K winners. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hill, Mr. Blows, Mr. Russell, and Mrs. Parnell. At this time, we begin the presentation of diplomas, certificates, awards to our graduates. Our first group of graduates will be presented their awards by our principal, Sky Jordan, and Superintendent Gloria Tompkins. They will be assisted by Alex Maris from our Special Education Department.
Thank you, Mr. Chislett. Would the graduates please line up towards the stage and assemble for the presentations. Abdallah, Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Ontario Scholar, International Baccalaureate Courses, Subject Award Grade 12 IB English donated by the Kenner Foundation, BWXT Nuclear Energy Canada Award, Kinsman Club Award of Peterborough, Lauren Finalist Award for 2022, W. Ross Pinkerton Memorial Scholarship, Ramnesty Free the Children Award, Schulich Leader Certificate of Achievement, Kenner Foundation Hilda and Albert Reed Award, the Love for Literature Award, and the Roy Wood Bursary presented by Kenner Foundation President Don Parnell. Tristan Adamson, Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Subject Award Grade 12 Small Engines donated by Branson Machine and Tool. Misha Afsel, Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Ontario Scholar, International Baccalaureate Courses, Subject Award Grade 12 IB Biology donated by Swish Maintenance, H.S. Martin Memorial Award, W. Ross Pinkerton Memorial Scholarship, Society of St. Vincent de Paul Bursary. Nicholas Asbridge, Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Red Seal, SHSM Transportation, Ontario Scholar, Subject Award, Grade 12 Transportation Technology, donated by Sydney Automotive. Jennifer Berry, Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Ontario Scholar, International Baccalaureate Diploma, W. Ross Pinkerton Memorial Scholarship. Taylor Booth, Ontario Secondary School Diploma. Julia Brady, Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Ontario Scholar, W. Ross Pinkerton Memorial Scholarship, Kenner Foundation Special Bursary for University, presented by Don Parnell. Chris Budberg, Ontario Secondary School Diploma. Joel Campbell, Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Kenner Boys Athletic Association Award for Athletics. Warren Chow, Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Ontario Scholar, International Baccalaureate Diploma, Subject Award, Grade 12 IB Calculus, donated by the Kenner Foundation, BWXT Nuclear Energy Canada Award, Peterborough Historical Society Subject Award, Peterborough Utilities Group Award, W. Ross Pinkerton Memorial Scholarship, the Shaw Contribution to Athletics Award, Kenner Foundation Jerry Egan Children's Charity Award, and the Peter White Award, presented by Don Parnell. Kieran Como Parrington, Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Ontario Scholar, Subject Award, Grade 12 Family Studies, donated by the Main Ingredient, Peterborough Historical Society Subject Award, Kenner Foundation Arthur James Smith Trust Award, presented by Don Parnell. George Derry, Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Red Seal, SHSM Transportation. Ontario Scholar, Ontario Youth Apprenticeship Program Award, Subject Award, Grade 12 Transportation Technology, donated by Peterborough Automotive. Kenner Foundation Technical Award, and the Whitfield Award, presented by Don Parnell. Spencer Daly, Ontario Secondary School Diploma. Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Kenner Foundation Mary E. Rogers Award, presented by Don Parnell. Hayden Davies, Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Ontario Scholar, Subject Award, Grade 12 English, donated by the Kenner Foundation, Subject Award, Grade 12 Film Studies, donated by KBRDSB, Subject Award, Grade 12 Photography, donated by the Kenner Foundation, W. Ross Pinkerton Memorial Scholarship, Kenner Foundation Michael Birchall Award, Lloyd Carr Harris Foundation Scholarship, and the Curtain F Behind the Lens Bursary, presented by Don Parnell. Dylan Davies, Ontario Secondary School Diploma. Eric Delenia, Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Ontario Scholar, Subject Awards, Grade 12 Chemistry and Grade 12 Physics, donated by the Kenner Foundation, Dynacast Engineering Award, W. Ross Pinkerton Memorial Scholarship, Kenner Foundation Franklin Joseph Lehman Memorial Bursary, presented by Don Parnell. Haley Doherty, Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Ontario Scholar. Liam Duggan, Ontario Secondary School Diploma. Emma Font, Ontario Secondary School Diploma. Isabella Ferguson, Ontario Secondary School Diploma. Haley Fitzgerald, Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Ontario Scholar, W. Ross Pinkerton Memorial Scholarship, Teachers for Kids, Rick Brooks Hill Memorial Award, Kenner Foundation Sear Torrance Family Bursary, presented by Don Parnell. Christian Gravel, Ontario Secondary School Diploma. Eric Gray, Ontario Secondary School Diploma. Nolan Haynes, Ontario Secondary School Diploma. Terrence Harden, Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Ontario Scholar, Subject Award, Grade 12 Music. Megan Huey, Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Ontario Scholar, Subject Award Grade 12 Visual Arts, donated by PPRDSB, Subject Award Grade 12 Chemistry, donated by the Kenner Foundation, Lyceum Club and Women's Art Association Award, Kenner Foundation A.J. Nofdahl Creativity Award, presented by Don Parnell. Alec Hibbs, Ontario Secondary School Diploma. Isabel Hicks, Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Red Seal, SHSM Health and Wellness, Subject Award, Grade 12 Fitness, donated by Obi Schools. Andrew Hines, Ontario Secondary School Diploma. Blake House, Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Red Seal, SHSM Hospitality. Ontario Scholar, Subject Award, Grade 12 Hospitality, donated by the Kenner Foundation. Peterborough Labour Council Award, presented by Kristen Longley. I would now like to call upon Gail Peters from our Special Education Department to continue with the introduction of our graduates. She will be assisted by our Vice Principal, Debbie Callahan.
Thank you, Mr. Maris and Ms. Jordan. Jasmine Jameson. Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Ontario Scholar, International Baccalaureate Diploma, Canadian Association of Principals Student Leadership Award, W. Ross Pinkerton Memorial Scholarship, Kenner Foundation Jerry Egan Children's Charity Award, and the Douglas Vasey History Award presented by Don Parnell. Jessup. Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Ontario Scholar, Subject Award, Grade 12 Hospitality, donated by the Kenner Foundation. Ivan Yang. Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Ontario Scholar, International Baccalaureate Courses, Kenner Arts Department Awards, W. Ross Pinkerton Memorial Scholarship, Kenner Foundation, Lloyd Carr Harris Foundation Scholarship, and the Hope Family Scholarship presented by Don Parnell. Nathan Jariga. Ontario Secondary School Diploma. Madison Kittle. Ontario Secondary School Diploma. Lori. Ontario Secondary School Diploma and the W. Ross Pinkerton Memorial Scholarship. Amy Lee. Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Ontario Scholar, International Baccalaureate Courses, Subject Award, Grade 12 IB Biology, donated by Swish Maintenance, Canadian Federation of University Women Peterborough Club, the Olive Langley Awards, W. Ross Pinkerton Memorial Scholarship, and the Kenner Student Council Award, presented by Isaac Chandra. Lustig. Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Ontario Scholarship, and the Kenner Boys Athletic Association Award for Organization. Chase Lyons. Ontario Secondary School Diploma. Peyton McDonald. Ontario Secondary School Diploma. Ontario Scholar. Subject Award, Grade 12 Chemistry, donated by Nisbet Funeral Home. Subject Award, Grade 12 Mathematics, donated by Granger Cleaners. Subject Award, Grade 12 Physical Education, donated by the Kenner Foundation. And the Kenner Foundation Ryan McCracken Wrestling with Honor Award and the Ruth Rex Memorial Award presented by Don Parnell. Riley Mahoney. Ontario Secondary School Diploma. Russell Martin. Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Ontario Scholar, and the Retired Teachers of Ontario ERO District 36 Merit Award. Bridget Masterson. Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Red Seal, Specialist High Skills Major in Hospitality, Ontario Scholar. Kenner Girls Athletic Association Award for Organization, and the Shaw Contribution to Athletics Award. Will McGinnis Krause. Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Ontario Scholar. International Baccalaureate Courses. The Subject Award in Grade 12 IB Calculus, donated by the Kenner Foundation. The Subject Award in Grade 12 IB English, donated also by the Kenner Foundation. The Kenner Foundation Barney Grant Memorial Scholarship, and the John Taylor Memorial Scholarship, presented by Don Parnell. Stephen McKee. Ontario Secondary School Diploma. Alexis Mills. And I'm pretty sure that this is the first dog we've ever had receive their awards as well. Ontario Secondary School Diploma. Caitlin Moore. Caitlin. Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Ontario Scholar, Kenner Girls Athletic Award Association for Athletics, W. Ross Pinkerton Memorial Scholarship, School Spirit Award, Kenner Student Council Dare to Dream Bursary, presented by Isaac Chandra, the Kenner Foundation C.T. Ferguson Award, presented by Don Parnell. I'm so sorry I missed your moment. That's what happens when you interrupt Ms. Peters. I got Zachary Noonan here.
Zach went for a little practice round last week, making it work.
You can tell we don't use this thing much. There we go. Good job, Mr. Blows. School Diploma, and he's also a proud Ontario Scholar. Riley O'Rourke. Ontario Secondary School Diploma and Ontario Scholar. Kieran Oakley. Ontario Secondary School Diploma. Chloe Planchison. Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Ontario Scholar. Subject Award, Grade 12 IB Film Studies, donated by the KPR-DSB. OSSTF District 14 Award, W. Ross Pinkerton Memorial Scholarship, Kenner Foundation Jerry Egan Children's Charity Award, presented by Don Parnell. Jordan Parent. Ontario Secondary School Diploma. Kaylee Patterson. Ontario Secondary School Diploma and Ontario Scholar. Julian Pawchuk. School Diploma, Ontario Scholar, International Baccalaureate Diploma, Kenner Arts Department Awards, W. Ross Pinkerton Memorial Scholarship, W. R. Scott Memorial Scholarship, the Writers Awards, Kenner Foundation Lloyd Carr Harris Foundation Scholarship, and the Brian Edwards Music Appreciation Award presented by Don Parnell, and the Barbara Monahan Memorial Scholarship presented by Maureen Harris Lowe. Elena Placido Lucia. Ontario Secondary School Diploma and Ontario Scholar. Ava Prentice. Ontario Secondary School Diploma. Ontario Secondary School Diploma. You're going to have to bear with me, the list is long here. Ontario Scholar, International Baccalaureate Diploma. Subject Award, Grade 12 IB Calculus, donated by the Kenner Foundation. Subject Award, Grade 12 IB Chemistry, donated by the Kenner Foundation. Subject Award, Grade 12 IB Physics, donated by the Kenner Foundation. BWXT Nuclear Energy Canada Award. The Mulby Award. Medal of the Governor General of Canada. D.M. Wills Associates Limited Awards. W. Ross Pinkerton Memorial Scholarship. Kenner Foundation Eldon P. Ray Award and the Sisyphic Award presented by Don Parnell. I would like to call upon Elijah Holt from our History Department to introduce our final group of graduates. He will be assisted by Fred Blows from our Guidance Department. Thank you, Ms. Callahan.
Thank you, Ms. Peters and Ms. Callahan. Trevor Reed. Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Red Seal, SHSN Transportation, and Ontario Scholar. Rayton Vermilliard. Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Red Seal, SHSM Transportation. Subject Award, Grade 12 Hospitality, donated by the Kenner Foundation. W. Ross Pinkerton Memorial Scholarship, Kenner Foundation, Jerry Egan Children's Charity Award, presented by Don Parnell. Justin Chappah, Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Red Seal, and SHSM Transportation. India Sakar, Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Ontario Scholar. Subject Award, Grade 12 English, donated by J.S. O'Connell Estate. Roy Situ. Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Ontario Scholar, International Baccalaureate Courses, W. Ross Pinkerton Memorial Scholarship, and Kenner Student Council Watts Memorial Bursary presented by Isaac Chandler. Alyssa Smith. Ontario Secondary School Diploma and Ontario Scholar. Colby Sparks. Ontario Secondary School Diploma. Cody Spencer. Ontario Secondary School Diploma, W. Ross Pinkerton Memorial Scholarship. Liam Stockfish. Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Ontario Scholar, W. Ross Pinkerton Memorial Scholarship. Emma Swart. Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Subject Award, Grade 12 Chemistry, donated by Nesbitt Funeral Home. Grade 12 English, donated by Porth Pine Ridge District School Board, and the W. Ross Pinkerton Memorial Scholarship. Kenner Foundation, Jerry Egan Children's Charity Award, and the Stephanie Wood Bursary, presented by Don Parnell. Zoe Taylor. Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Red Seal, SHSM Hospitality, Ontario Scholar, Peterborough Pete's Education Fund Award, and W. Ross Pinkerton Memorial Scholarship. Faith Thompson. Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Red Seal, SHSM Hospitality, and Ontario Scholar. Dylan Tremblay. Secondary School Diploma, Subject Award, Grade 12 Physical Education, donated by McWilliams, Cartage and Storage. Shimanya Uoku. Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Ontario Scholar, International Baccalaureate Courses, Subject Award, Grade 12 IB Biology, donated by Swish Maintenance, Lieutenant Governor's Student Volunteer Award, Rotary Club of Peterborough, Kawartha High School Bursary, W. Ross Pinkerton Memorial Scholarship, Kenner Foundation Molly Cartmel Community Activism Award, the Health Sciences Award, and the Volunteer of the Year Award, presented by Don Parnell. Dustin Bissers. Ontario Secondary School Diploma. Esmeralda Wang Apple. Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Ontario Scholar, International Baccalaureate Courses, Subject Award, Grade 12 IB Music, donated by Kawartha Pine Ridge District School Board. Nelia Warren. Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Ontario Scholar, Ontario Youth Apprenticeship Skilled Trades Bursary, Subject Award, Grade 12 Hairstyling and Aesthetics, donated by McWilliams Cartage and Storage, and W. Ross Pinkerton Memorial Scholarship. Nathan White. Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Ontario Scholar, and International Baccalaureate Diploma. W. Ross Pinkerton Memorial Scholarship, Kenner Foundation Special Bursary for College, presented by Don Parnell. Ava Wilson. Ontario Secondary School Diploma, Ontario Scholar, Beatrice Collins Humanitarian Award, W. Ross Pinkerton Memorial Scholarship, Subject Award, Grade 12 Dance, donated by KPRDSB, and Subject Award, Grade 12 English, donated by the Kenner Foundation. Kenner Foundation, Amanda King Bursary, presented by Don Parnell. Seroptimist International of Peterborough, Making a Difference Award, presented by Kenner alumni Cease Hayat.
Thank you, Mr. Holt and Mr. Blows. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating our class of 2022. Mackenzie Russell to introduce our valedictorian.
I am truly honored to have the opportunity to introduce this year's valedictorian, Ava Wilson. I've had the pleasure of working closely with Ava since grade 9, and I've witnessed firsthand how her kindness, dedication, hard work, and leadership has inspired so many people throughout the years. I've always admired Ava's ability to speak up for others, to be welcoming and inclusive, her genuine goodwill, and support of others. It is no surprise that Ava was voted on by her peers to represent this amazing graduating class. So, with great pride and joy, I introduce you to the valedictorian for Kenner's class of 2022, the one and only Ava Wilson.
Thank you so much, Ms. Russell. Wow, look at us all now, how far we've come, how much we've grown, and the ways we've changed. We all came from different schools and culminated into, for lack of a better word, the Ramley. We've all grown up together, joined clubs, played sports, and went to school dances, and we've become a community over the last few years. We've had to overcome our fair share of challenges together, from 9th grade when we were stressing about our first exam season, frantically trying to learn how to format a bibliography, to more recently as students and teachers and families have collectively tried to boot up their old family computers that struggle to run even Minesweeper to connect students and teachers again as we adjusted to online learning. As we conclude our year, I am extremely thankful that we were able to make such key memories together during special events that are finally taking place again. Prom, the last day of school, and now our graduation ceremony. We are graduating today, June 29th, 2022, and have only the future to look ahead to, while the time we spent here becomes a memory, and oh, what a memory it will be. Beginning in grade 9, when we walked into the pod for our orientation, minor niners, wondering how to navigate Kenner, confused about how high school works, and wanting to know how to find that mythical pool on the 3rd floor. As the year progressed, we made more friends, and there were definitely some key moments. We attended our first holiday assembly, and we were serenaded by Kenner's own Adam Lustig singing Santa Baby. And then we watched Shimonia receive her step stool, ensuring her ability to reach the top shelf. We also experienced what turned out to be our only June bug bash, leaving a lasting impression of the presence of Kenner spirit. In grade 10, we experienced our second fall frenzy, just a bit before everything became a little more frenzied. And we had a lovely semi-formal and extended March break until the world shut down. What a crazy change that no one saw coming. While it may not have been the high school experience we were expecting, it surely counts as character development. I can definitely say that I struggled to write my math test, sitting in my living room, surrounded by the chaos of my household, all stuck from working home. This frenzy continued into grade 11, where we switched between online and in-person learning something like 1,000,000 times. It's impressive that as a community, we worked together with the support of everyone around us, especially the Kenner staff. Everyone went the extra mile. Finally, life resumes as we begin grade 12, a year that has brought back all of the aspects of the high school experience that we expected while watching High School Musical. While there weren't as many flash mobs or musical numbers as young we expected, it turned out to be a fantastic year filled with amazing memories. This year, sports, teams, clubs, and events came back to life, as well as the music studio, all which allowed our community to thrive. We also had our first Ramapalooza and witnessed the return of the in-person KDP dance recital, Revive. The graduating class together experienced so many wonderful things, notably our prom, documented by Ms. Quinlan, who made us all look phenomenal, our grad breakfast, which was delicious, and now our graduation. Here we are. As I find myself intimidated speaking in front of so many people, I look for the comfort of Mr. Blows, whose warm smile I can see from here. Mr. Blows, you have made such an impact on every student, visitor, and teacher that enters Kenner. Not only have you ensured that we all have the credits to graduate, as well as our community hours, you do it all with love, and that means the world to everyone sitting around you. As I look out at all of our graduating class, I am filled with pride as well as excitement to see our accomplishments and how we develop as we emerge into adulthood. As I scan the crowd, I see many familiar faces and am reminded of all of their accomplishments. I think of the construction classes, and I remember back in grade 9, watching everyone carry out a wooden little basketball hoop, to now seeing tables and chairs emerge from the classroom. I think of the art class and the pieces that are displayed in the front foyer welcoming you with life and beauty. I think of the dance class, a sector of Kenner that presents self-expression, teamwork, and the blending of so many different individuals. I think of the photography class and the living documentation of our school year as each student adds their own artistic twist. I think of the IB students, their commitment to the Kenner community and academics, as many balance out the heavy workload and are still involved with the school day to day. Lastly, I think of each and every one of us. I think of what we've already accomplished and the dreams that are waiting to come true. This year had a lot of lasts for us. Myself, I stepped onto the volleyball court for the last time with my team, and I took the last bow beside the KDP dancers I grew up with. Collectively, we all had our last first day of school, we wrote our last tests, submitted our last assignments, and had our last key moments of high school together. As of now, we've had our last first day. Now opens a world of firsts. I mean, first day with a new high school diploma, an updated resume, if you will, as well as many other new firsts. Different for everyone as we all figure out what's next. We are graduating today, June 29th, 2022. But right now isn't the time to make those life-defining decisions. It's the time to do the unexpected. Get on the wrong highway because that 401 sign looked a little bit too much like a 407. Fall in love with everything around you. Study whatever you're passionate about, because regardless of the career that follows, it doesn't matter. Or don't study. Do something unexpected. Change your mind and change it again, because nothing is permanent. Experience life. Do the unexpected. Today's a big day, so as you walk away, smile, cry, feel it all. Be proud of your accomplishments and the effort you put in. It's paid off. You deserve this recognition, and know that you are always an important member of the Kenner family.
Thank you, Alma and Ms. Russell. I would like to call on our principal, Ms. Jordan, once again before the conclusion of tonight's program.
Thank you, Mr. Chislett. I'd like to recognize a few special people tonight, the first of which is Ms. Lori Quinlan, our head secretary. Lori pours her heart and soul. Lori pours her heart and soul into everything Kenner, and Commencement is no exception. She has spent countless hours preparing for tonight's ceremony. She's even sewn some of the gowns that our graduates are wearing. We are all so very grateful for you. Thank you. We have some flowers for you, but we'll find them and give them to you after. Thank you, Mr. Kubaga. Thank you, Lori. I'd also like to recognize Miss Runyons and Alex Buxton. Unfortunately, Mr. Poley fell ill today, and Alex and Julie Runyons jumped in at the last second to save the night's ceremony and reception afterwards. So thank you for all of the work that you've put into making the reception as wonderful as it is. And now, I'd like to take a moment to highlight the contributions of our retiring staff members and what they've done for our Kenner community. Earlier this year, we said goodbye to Sharon Hamilton, a longtime EA in our LLS program. We also said goodbye to April Pedersen, one of our English teachers. And tonight, we say farewell to Frederick Chislett and Fred Rollos. Mr. Chislett, you want to come stand with me?
I'd be honored.
Thank you. He is a beloved construction technology teacher. He started teaching 25 years ago in 1997 and has taught students to love the trades ever since then. He supervised prom, coached wrestling, and will be deeply, deeply missed by the Kenner community. Tonight, we also recognize Mr. Blows. Blow's last graduation ceremony. Guidance counselor extraordinaire, he started teaching in 1987 and has spent the last 35 years supporting our students. He coaches many, many sports and knows every single ram in the school. You too will be deeply, deeply missed. Thank you. once a Ram, always a Ram.
Okay. A special thank you goes out to Randy Thompson, Lily Fenton, Kian Ahern for the video coverage of tonight's ceremony, Ms. Patterson for capturing pictures of this evening events, Mr. Maloney and the students for the stage setup, Ms. Hill and Ms. Hughes for their preparation and involvement, as well as Mr. Blows and various members of the teaching staff for all their behind-the-scenes preparations. The custodians for setting up the gym, the office and the guidance staff for helping organize the awards. Also, a huge thank for Mr. Poley, Alan Buxton, his hospitality students, and several of our staff for volunteering their time to prepare the reception for tonight's graduates and their families. Thank you all for coming to celebrate the achievements of our graduates. After the processional, we would like to invite everyone to a reception in the cafeteria. I would also like to ask that graduates please return their gowns and sashes to the appropriate classroom upon the completion of the recessional, which will start with the departure of the stage party followed by the graduates. Thank you very much.